Okay, this is the overview of the Stryfle with the Magnus Master Key, all the 3D printed parts and stuff that'll be in the kit that'll be made, and how you put them together and what kind of modifications you need to make. So to start with, you're going to need a strife, a magnus, and a retaliator barrel. So take the strife and the little nub inside of here. I just took a knife and pop those out on both sides. That's the only modification that you really need to make. You can leave the end strike connector piece in there, but I took it out just cause. And then you're going to need a retaliator barrel and you're going to have to cut the same two nubbins out of there, the back stops for the Nerf rails. You're going to have to cut both of those out, and that's the only modification you need to make to the retaliator barrel. The magnus, you're going to need a magnus, and once you get either you get the kit or get it printed, you glue the rail on the front and cut at the back and cut all that section off of the priming handle. And back here at the very back, where the gray part of the handle is, you got to cut through. I used a hacksaw blade and just cut down and then pop that off, but make sure that you cut these two little bits of red because they stick out just a little more. So make sure that's cut off where it's got a little edge to it. And then here, cut the handle straight off. Make sure it's even with the trigger guard. And then cut the same backstop in here, cut it out, and then cut the back of this out so that the rail just continues all the way down. And then at the front of the magnus, you want to take the little, where the rail continues around, you want to take that loose. Just snip it off with a pair of nippers or dikes or whatever you want to cut it with. So you don't even have to take the magnus apart to do that. So once that's done, oh, the new grip, by the way, is going to have a panel across the back and up both sides, so you don't see that bit of red showing. So it'll be more finished. This is just the first one that I printed. So once you get those modifications done, these are the strife side rails that add Picatinny rail to the side of the strife. This is the filler piece that fills in the bottom rail of the strife and hides all the cuts on the back of the magnus. This is a barrel shim that'll come with it, and that's to how loose the retaliator barrels are. Sometimes it'll fix that problem. Then you've got a top strife rail that goes into the top of the strife. I'll show you where it goes in just a second. And you've got the top rail for the retaliator barrel and the connector piece for the retaliator to the magnus. So the way you start putting it together is take your strife and you'll put the bottom rail connector piece on, and then you'll put the top piece on, and it just snaps into place like all the other ones. Then you'll take the side rail pieces and they screw together. The base plate screws in. You can see the screws there. Snap both of those in. The thicker one goes on the right hand side. Then you'll put the barrel shim on, and now you take the retaliator, and the way this is made, it goes on from the back, so you can leave the side up on it if you want to, or you can pull the sight back and it hides the sight because there's a little trough cut on the inside of it. And it also has screw holes if you want to make it more permanent. You can attach it all down with screws. So now that part's done. Then you would take the magnus and slide this all the way up until it stops. and that's where you cut that corner out. It'll slide all the way in and make that one piece. So then you just take and then slide that in there. And it's a good solid lockup. It's pretty sturdy. There's no wobble. And again, you can epoxy these into place or put screws. It's a little bit high here, but that's because I have not put the screw in it yet, because I'm planning on taking it back apart and painting it and everything. But that is the overview of the Magnus MasterKey Stryfle kit.